Hey guys, it's Lisa. Sorry it's been so long. If you can believe it, I am 7 weeks away from having a baby. Yeah. But I've had kind of a complicated pregnancy, but I will do separate videos on that. In fact, that is one thing I wanted to address before I get into the cost and budget of RVing. And my kids are playing in the background, yeah. So you will just hear them. Anyway, I have been thinking about breaking this channel down into a few things. One of them being homeschooling, and I'm thinking about doing it on different days so people kind of know what to get. So homeschooling, and another thing I've started with this pregnancy since I've had gestational diabetes is I've started Trim Healthy Mama, and I was gonna do a couple videos about that. And let's see what else. Anyway, I just had a couple things, and so I think I'm gonna kind of break it down into certain days for certain things, and that's kind of, I guess, making a huge assumption that I will actually be here and making videos and and my pregnancy and stuff like that, and that I'll be here and making videos and not in the hospital, because I have been in the hospital a ton this pregnancy. Nothing serious, and yet stuff serious nonetheless, if that makes any sense. So I've had the gestational diabetes, and my baby is growth restricted, because apparently 5 C-sections will do that to you. And yeah, I had a little pre-eclampsia issue, and so I've just been spending tons of time in the hospital. That's just where I like to hang out now. But anyway, without further ado, I really so badly wanted to talk about this with my husband, but he is either at work or at guard, or we have something to do with our kids when he gets home. So I am going to talk about it by myself, but I did have him send me a list. He's way more in tune with the budget than I am, and my kids just walked in and knocked over all of our chairs. Anyway, he's way more in tune with like what we actually spend. The way we do our money is he does all the stuff that is set basically in stone, I guess. Like he pays the monthly bills that don't change, and then I have the negotiable side. So I have the cash side for groceries and things like that, and so that is why I sound like I'm totally out of tune, because I kind of am out of tune with that side. There went the chairs again. Anyway, so I had him send me a budget. The thing is, we don't travel that much. Well, we travel a lot actually, but we haven't been traveling since I've been pregnant. We travel a lot in the summer, and like I've said in another video, that we actually do a lot of traveling without the RV, and that the whole reason for us for this whole thing was really the tiny living, kind of experimenting with some tiny house stuff. Sorry, I'm looking over at the Dalmatian who's counter surfing. Kibbles! No, sorry. She was looking at the bread. Anyway, so it's a little bit different than some, but it's going to be different for everybody, because it is going to depend on how much you travel. It's going to depend on what you're driving. I mean, like if you're someone and you're like a single person and you're driving an R-Pod, like your gas mileage is going to be way less than someone like us, like driving a diesel truck pulling a 16,000 pound RV. So things are going to change, but I thought I would just kind of give you guys a breakdown of what we spend. And the first thing I want to address is, first, you're going to need an RV, and you're going to either, if you don't get a motorhome, you're going to need something to pull it with. We way underestimated the price of this, and we had saved several $1,000s to do this, and then we ended up needing a little bit more, so we did finance part of it, but we did get a really good deal. We bought used. I would highly recommend that. So whatever you're gonna have to figure a payment, unless you are paying cash for your RV. Hindsight being 2020, we could have gotten something for $10,000 that was just as good as what we have now. Right now we have a 2014 open range, and we are making small payments on that because we only put $10,000 down, and then we financed some of it. So and then we did buy our truck on Craigslist, and that makes a huge difference. because if you buy your truck in cash, then you obviously don't have a payment. And if you don't, so we bought our truck in cash used. But if you don't buy it used, I mean, a truck can cost you $600 a month for a brand new truck, and a brand new RV. The people who had this RV before us paid $90,000 for it. They were completely upside down on it. We took it off their hands, and we did finance some of it, but and it's on a 15-year thing. But I regret that, because I wish we would have just spent $10,000, and then because we ended up gutting the whole thing anyway, and now I'm not like, I painted lime green. You can see in the background I painted it lime green, and I don't like that anymore, and I really want to paint the whole thing white. But now that I'm pregnant and busy and homeschooling and stuff like that, it's just not really feasible to do a ton right now of renovating. We're just kind of keeping it as it is. But so anyway, so the truck and the RV payment, those are like your biggest things. And hold on, I'm just gonna, my printer was offline and I couldn't get it to go online, so I actually have the computer set up here. So so your price of your RV and the price of what you're pulling with is going to vary greatly. Chewy and Kibbles. Okay, one of our other huge expenses, oh my goodness, Chewy and Kibbles, stop. One of our other huge expenses is lot rent. So if you are not going to basically boondock somewhere for free or stay with family or whatever, lot rent is huge. So we actually, most of the year we stay at the Air Force Academy, and our lot rent is $600 a month, which is crazy cheap because we don't pay utilities. All we pay is the $600 and then our propane use. And so, but we have friends that are staying at places that are not military places, and they're paying like $800 a month plus utilities. So they're having to be really careful. Like, we run our space heaters like crazy, and we can do that because we're not paying utilities. So that saves us a huge amount on propane. We pay about $100 a month in propane when it's cold, and that is basically, even though we're running our space heaters for the inside, you need the air to circulate to keep your pipes from freezing. So we do run our furnace on propane. That's about $100 a month. In the summer, it's $20, but about $20 a month because we don't use propane. So, oh goodness, I just got a low battery warning. Anyway, so I think I'm rambling on here. So, and then, so we pay $600 a month in the winter, and my kids are like, I'm antagonizing the dogs. We have a corgi that goes insane over noise. So the minute I get on here, somebody starts playing like the harmonica, and that makes him crazy. But anyway, so in the winter, we pay $600 a month. In the summer, we pay a lot more for lot rent. Because you're not allowed to stay at a military establishment for more than 30 days during the summer, and we travel a lot during the summer. So during the summer, we pay anywhere from $720 to $1,200 a month, and that just depends on where we're staying. Summer rates go up at a military establishment. Is that a military camp? Whatever. I guess it's not really an establishment. But summer rates go up. But also, it just depends on what you want. I guess 2 summers ago, we stayed at Jellystone for about 3 months, and it was about $1,200 a month. So it's not a huge, like, if you're thinking you're going to RV and save a lot of money, unless you're boondocking or you have a friend's place to stay at, the lot rent is like insane. And that, we usually pay a monthly rate because we stay long time. We stay at least 3 months in a place, usually. When we go to Wisconsin, we only stay for a couple of weeks because my husband goes for his guard thing. And, but if you're only staying like a night, if you're doing a nightly rate or something, there's like, it could be like $40 to $100 a night. Plus, I know some people do some of the camping discount things like Good Sam's Club and things where you can get discounts, and we don't do that because we do stay long term enough to get better rates. But there are places that you can get, like, you pay a flat rate and then you can stay at their like named prices or their named campgrounds for free and stuff like that. So I don't know that much about that because we don't do that. But so fair. Okay, so I've covered the cost of an RV, and like I said, I mean, you could buy one new. We did finance some of ours, and I really regret that because now we have a payment, and even though it is lower than most, because we did get a good deal on this, we could have bought a $10,000 RV and renovated it. It would have been fine. But we were so scared because we'd never RV'd before. We didn't want to go with no warranty and things like that. So that's why we did it. Hindsight 2020, I would change that. But we're not upside down on it. I think we could actually sell it and make what we paid for it right now. But I do regret that we have payments for that. Like I said, your truck payments, you could be paying, anywhere from $300 to $600 a month, depending on if you get used. We bought a used truck with our savings. And then, let's see, I covered lot rent, and propane, about $20 a month in the summer, about $100 in the winter, and that's just to keep our pipes from not freezing. Okay, let me see. RV insurance. We pay $750 a year for our full-timer insurance, and we get that through USAA. And let's see, truck insurance. So let's see, I'm going to read this directly. So if I'm looking away from the camera, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I'm going to read this because my husband knows more about it, and he actually wrote out a little thing for me. It says truck insurance. This was a learning experience, and it was. An F-450 automatically equates to a commercial vehicle for many auto insurers. We knew we had to pull 16,000 pounds. We found this great truck. We thought we were getting a great deal on it, and then we had a horrible time finding insurance because many places wanted to insure it as a commercial vehicle because it's such a monster. But anyway, we would have been fine with an F-350, but we just couldn't find one. We really wanted to buy it used. We really wanted to buy it cash. We had already kind of messed up on our making payments on an RV, and we hadn't wanted to do that. We ended up going, let's see, I'm going to read again. We got a policy through Geico, and it is $390 semi-annually. So we pay $390 twice a year, and that is different than our full-time insurance. For full-timers insurance, it's kind of like renter's insurance, that like if we get in an accident and everything that we have gets destroyed, that covers that. So we get that through USAA. I'm going to read to you again what my husband wrote for me. He wrote down for the internet. Oh my goodness. So for internet, most campgrounds have a Wi-Fi network that is usually overloaded in the summer and weekends. So true. You cannot get connected. You cannot stream television because everybody else and their dog are trying to stream, and you can't get internet. So, and I've been outside using our internet and had people ask me what I'm doing because they're like, oh my gosh, how do you have a connection? So most campgrounds have a Wi-Fi network that is usually overloaded in summer and weekends. We were fortunate enough to purchase a grandfathered Verizon wireless unlimited data plan before they stopped allowing it. We pay $45 a month for unlimited internet, which comes in handy. I'm just reading this directly. Since we stream most of our TV with Amazon Fire, we use Amazon Fire TV and Amazon Prime Netflix. We don't use a dish or anything. We just do that. It's actually pretty. We're already Amazon Prime members because I order most of the stuff we use. So it is. Yeah, I can't even. So anyway, we're already Amazon Prime members, so that works out to be cheaper for us. Let's see. We average 140 gigabytes a month, so an unlimited plan saves us a huge amount of money. Before you pursue, he put a note on here. My husband's a really smart guy. He's an engineer. Really smart. Smarter than me. But don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I admitted to that. Before you pursue your own internet option, I strongly recommend that you keep records to determine your data usage so that you're not overpaying. Okay, we hardly have any. We sold pretty much everything we have. But there are some things that I could not part with, and I don't mean fancy, expensive stuff. I mean, I saved each of my kids. I saved one baby outfit, and my husband had an antique desk that was handed down from his grandfather, and I have a china closet that was handed down from my great grandmother, and those were things that we didn't want to part with. So we do have a storage unit that is full of only like memory stuff. So we pay $95 a month for a 10-foot by 10-foot climate controlled storage area, and that has all of our pictures in it that haven't been that were pre, like, now everything I have like are digital, but like my 13-year-old son, like a lot of his pictures are actual pictures. Like that was kind of when you still had the card reader. You could take a picture with your digital camera with a card reader and then have that, but then you'd put it on your computer and get prints, like, yeah, totally. So now I have everything on my phone, so it's not a big deal, but I do have all those pictures, and I have slides from my parents and stuff like that. And so anyway, the bottom line is we didn't save a lot of junk. We didn't save a lot of stuff because it was expensive or anything like that. We simply saved memories, and it's in a tiny storage area, and that costs us about $95 a month. And when I was talking about this, so I guess like, and everything else would be about the same as it would be in a regular house. Like your food budget would be what your food budget is and all of that. So I guess that covers it. I think the thing that is a little bit different for us is, number one, we stay in the same place a lot. It's really about tiny living, really about simple living for us, and not as much about the travel. But the thing that I know a lot of people have to look at, like, they look at, like, it's harder for them to, I guess, look at their income, because a lot of our full-time RVers do a lot of traveling, and so therefore they have like a mobile job, or they take odd jobs here and there, and we don't have that. So like our health insurance is through my husband's job, so that's not something that we have to deal with on the road, which is really good since I'm pregnant right now. And so just things like that, and like, but everything else is just basic costs. So I hope that helps you out. I think the really big eye opener for me is that I thought, even though we were doing this for tiny space purposes, I thought we would just be rolling in the dough, like I just thought we would be making a ton of money living this way. But when you figure in like the $600 to $1,200 a month lot payment, that's a lot of money. And if you figure in an RV payment and or a truck payment, let me tell you, hold on, I don't think I told you what our RV payment was. Yeah, so we pay $300 a month on our RV, and I know that's not a lot. I mean, a lot of people are paying like more than that. So, and we put a huge amount down, and not huge, but we put money down, and so but like, okay, so you add together, like, so at the very minimum we are paying $600 a month plus $300 a month. We're very fortunate that our truck is paid for. Our cars are paid for, things like that. So we're very fortunate in that respect. But we're already looking at almost $1,000, and that's just basic. That is just basic. That doesn't even include, that we're paying $45 a month for our internet. You would probably pay that at home too, just to have cable or whatever. And then, but we are paying a whole lot for insurance, things like that. So when you look at our budget, I mean, we're basically paying $1,600 a month, like, for our basic needs, for our basic living, to live in 427 square feet. That's what we're paying. And honestly, that's not that much less than our mortgage in our like 5-bedroom house was. I will say we're happier. This is what we want to do, and I have learned so much, and I really want to do something about like the things I've learned and kind of where we're going from here. So, but I will keep this at a budget thing. I think I've rambled on because my video editor already told me to, like, it already cut me off once, and I'm gonna have to hook these together. But anyway, I hope this helped you guys. And if there's something else that I didn't cover that you would like to know, what we pay for that, or if it's expensive or if it's necessary, please leave a comment below, and I will answer that. I will try to answer that. So it's great to be back. I am planning to be back before I'm a mother of 5. Because I'm 7 weeks away, and it is estimated that this child might be early because of her growth restriction. Oh, did I tell you it's a girl? Yeah, I have 4 boys. This is a girl. I am not excited. Not excited at all. always thought I was a boy mom. I'm completely freaked out. But anyway, I am planning to be back, but like I said, I am going to continue to do full-time RV stuff. I would love it if you would leave a comment below and ask me any questions about budget. Okay, so I would love it if you'd leave a comment below and ask me any questions about budget. And like I said, I'm going to be covering a few things pregnancy related, but I will clearly label those. So if you're not someone who's interested in pregnancy related stuff, or you are someone who's interested in pregnancy related stuff and you're not interested in full-time RV stuff, I will label those clearly so that you are not misled to watch you think you're watching full-time stuff and you end up watching a pregnancy video, or you think you're watching pregnancy video and you end up watching full-time stuff. And I'm also going to cover homeschooling and some Trim Healthy Mama stuff, because it's just my pregnancy journey with gestational diabetes has been a journey. And so anyway, thanks for watching, and like I said, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, thumbs up this video and subscribe, and I guess that's it. So love you guys and have a great day, and I honestly hope this really helped you and I didn't ramble too long.